This is an example of how the lower control arms affect the inner wearing of tires. Let's pretend there's your engine, the engine oil obviously, the transmission roughly there. The drive shafts go out to the wheels, to the hubs and the wheels, right, which are mounted on top of the ball joints on the lower control arm. These are the lower control arms. These are your lower control arm bushes here and here, and they bolt, that's to the chassis rail and the chassis rail. These bolt through and they hold the wheel in a position which can then be kept straight via a wheel alignment. Now, when these bushes get older and they start to tear like these ones have, which is why I've replaced them, they will not hold this lower control arm to the chassis rail. They'll start to flex outwards. So as you're driving down the road, these are pulling away from the chassis rail. So your wheels, or your tires, are actually now pointed outwards like this. Just trying to exaggerate this a little bit. So from the top, you can see that instead of your tires, which you have a wheel alignment for, that's great when they're static or parked, they'll be straight. As soon as you start to drive, these bushes flex outwards because the rubber is deteriorated or cracked and it can't hold straight. You start to then badly chew out the inside edge of these tires on the front, and that's how you get uneven tire wear. You'll start to hear clunking. You'll start to feel clunking when you accelerate and when you brake. They're the sort of symptoms of lower control arm bushes that have failed. Here is the example. When you put pressure on them, you can see that that's cracked. You'll not always see that crack or the damage, but when you put a little bit of pressure on them, then you'll start to see where they failed.